I got my start in doing this back in, actually it was actually in 2000. I was working at the MVA. I was the guy that gave the car tests and the truck tests. After a while, when you realize that your job is a dead-end job, you kind of want to do something else. I was always also going through a really bad breakup at the time. I needed to do something different. My first feature was a movie called Ghost Watcher, which was about a woman who is agoraphobic, and she is trapped in her house. She can't leave, and then she finds out that her house is haunted, so she starts to go crazy.
Whether or not her house is really haunted, at least she believes that it is.
And that was the first one I did. That was really my film school. I never went to film school. I wrote the script. About halfway through it, I figured if we got the money, we could probably do this on our own. And 10 years ago, yeah, there was a horror boom on VHS. And then the one that hit was the Blair Witch Project, and that changed everything. That was the one that made everybody with a camera pick it up, go outside, and try to make their own movie. It's what made me want to do it. So I bought a book, which was called, I think it was called Feature Filmmaking at Used Car Prices. And it basically taught you how to make a movie for about $20,000.
There's another avenue you might want to explore. It's rather unorthodox, but it might be worth a peace of mind.
And I knew a guy there, and I went to him and asked him if he'd be interested in financing a film. I pitched it to him. He said yes. I did almost everything myself in pre-production. Of course, I had written the script, so I knew the script better than anybody else. But I broke down the script. I did the schedule. I did all of that because I couldn't afford to pay anybody to do it for me. And before I knew it, we were on the set, on my own set, shooting my movie.
All I'm asking is that you help her, or just try and help her.
Am I missing something here, Laura? You asked me to help you with this, yet you're not being very forthcoming with the details.
And I quickly realized that I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know what the protocol was. I had never been behind a professional camera before. But back then, you know, some people would say I'm still nobody, but I was a nobody, so nobody knew who I was. You know, you got this guy saying he's going to make a movie. So a lot of the people that came onto the project also wanted to be first-time directors.
I say was because she's no longer with us.
It quickly became, Dave doesn't know what he's doing, so maybe we can direct this film. Maybe we can, do all this and take all the credit for it when it's over. And I went back to set the next day, and I was like, I'm ready to go. I'm not letting these people take over. So you really need to try to find people that you can work with well, who aren't going to sabotage your production, because they are out there. Believe it or not, they are, and a lot of them are right here in Maryland. So fortunately, that book taught me how to do it all. And somehow we finished it, and somehow it came out. And looking back now, I have no idea how I had the determination to do it, but I never gave up. And that was my film school. And now I'm sitting here today.
It's safe here.
Yeah, that's why you take the knife to the door with you.
Laura hasn't been outside in almost a year.
Even though my movie didn't sell until 2003, it was still, there wasn't a glut of horror films out there. And a film like Ghost Watcher, which didn't have any stars and looked like crap and wasn't even very well made, could still get out there. And what's funny is that the same company, they were Artisan at the time, now they're Lionsgate, Artisan picked up Ghost Watcher. And then it got transferred over to Lionsgate. So I got very, very lucky that I was able to get that movie out there, because if you watch it now compared to HD and all that stuff, it's a crap looking film.
What are you covering for? You're scared, aren't you?
Back then, people didn't really care. They were renting everything. Now with Netflix, now with on demand, all that, you know, it's different. You've got to catch them right away. You've got to have production value, and names really help. So now with Respire and The Blinds, it's a whole different process. If you don't have names, they don't even really want to see your film. The smaller studios, they'll take it, but they won't give you an advance. So you're hoping that eventually that movie is going to make money somehow, some way, and most of them don't. You know, I don't know that The Blinds will. We didn't spend that much on it, but I don't know if we'll ever get that money back. I hope so. But it's different now. You know, it's more of a risk because everybody can do it now.
To die!
So the stories have got to be better, and the acting's got to be better, and the production value's got to be better. And you know, if you're going to do this, have ambition to do something that's different. And if it's different, people will notice. And then you've got a much better chance of getting that film out there and getting recognized. If you just make the 300th slasher film this year, nobody cares.
What are you covering for? You're scared, aren't you? You better rip this place up and hope for the best, because I cannot help you like this. Help me!
If you can be original, if you can come up with an original idea or take something that someone else has done and put an original spin on it, that's the best way to go. If you can get somebody to watch your whole film and have a reaction to it, whether they're mad at what happened in the film or as long as it has to do with what happens in the movie and not about the way it was made, you've hit the jackpot. Using everything that I learned from Ghostwatcher, and then using everything I learned from Ghostwatcher 2, which was bigger and had more people, and then using everything I learned from Respire, which was even bigger and had more people, and we spent way too much money on it. I was able to take all those things that I learned, make a film for comparatively very little money, and have it be the best thing that I've done.